Roman Empire, at its peak, is often considered one of the most powerful empires in history. It didn't literally rule the entire world, but it dominated much of Europe, North Africa, and parts of Asia for several centuries. At its greatest extent around 117 AD, under Emperor Trajan, the Roman Empire controlled most of Europe, including modern-day Italy, France, Spain, and Britain, North Africa, including Egypt, Tunisia, and Algeria, the Middle East, including modern-day Israel, Syria, and parts of Iraq, parts of Eastern Europe, and the Balkans. The Roman Empire was known for its military strength, advanced engineering, architecture, and law, all of which had a profound influence on subsequent Western civilization. It eventually split into the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire. The Western Empire fell in 476 AD, but the Byzantine Empire continued until 1453. In its heyday, the Romans controlled a significant portion of the known world at the time, and their influence shaped global history in many areas, including law, governance, language, and architecture.
Was Nero the most disgusting Roman emperor ever? Believe it or not, he is rumored to have slept with his own mother, Agrippina, a deed no other Roman emperor was ever accused of. Later, he had her executed because he could no longer tolerate her interference in politics. He was responsible for one of the biggest tragedies that befell the Roman Empire, the Great Fire of Rome. He was accused of orchestrating the fire himself to make room for the expansion of his palace. As Rome burnt to ashes, Nero enjoyed the spectacle, playing his lyre on the balcony. He blamed the Christians for the fire and tortured them to death. Nero is also infamous for killing his second wife by kicking her in the belly whilst she was with child. He regretted that later and castrated a boy who resembled his deceased wife and then married him in a ceremony. On the occasion, a Roman nobleman is reported to have said, "It would have been well for mankind had such a wife fallen to the lot of Nero's father Domitius." Did you know this was the only Roman emperor to have fought as a gladiator? Commodus, son of the great Marcus Aurelius, was the only male heir born to a sitting Roman emperor in over 100 years. He was raised as the golden child of Rome. However, the attention he received got into his head. He believed he was a demigod and was constantly deluded in his own thoughts. He spent his time drinking and womanizing, ignoring the affairs of his empire. Spoiled and good for nothing, he needed something to satiate his ego and prove his imaginary godly strengths. That something was the gladiator arena. He participated in the games fighting as a gladiator, but he made sure his opponents were either cripples or dwarves. Moreover, he used to charge his own treasury 25,000 coins for participating in the games. His madness bankrupted the empire and led Rome to a civil war. He was eventually killed at the hands of a hired wrestler, strangled in his bath, and left to lie in a pool of his own crazy thoughts. The Romans invented concrete over 2,000 years ago, and their secret formula is so durable that some of their structures still stand today, stronger than modern concrete. The Roman Empire, reigning from 27 BCE to 476 CE, was a colossal force, shaping the world in ways still felt today. With advanced engineering, they built aqueducts that transported water over vast distances, roads that spanned continents, and the iconic Colosseum, a venue for brutal gladiator fights. Their army, disciplined and nearly unstoppable, conquered vast territories from Britain to North Africa. Roman law laid the foundation for modern legal systems, and their language, Latin, evolved into the Romance languages spoken by over 900 million people today. The empire's downfall marked the birth of the medieval world and the rise of new powers.
Get ready for some epic comebacks in history. First up, we have Nelson Mandela, a true fighter. After 27 years in prison, he emerged with hope. He united a nation and became South Africa's president. Next, we have the Boston Red Sox, a baseball legend. In 2004, they broke an 86-year World Series curse. Their comeback was a story of resilience and teamwork. Now, let's talk about Winston Churchill, a wartime leader. He rallied Britain during World War II, inspiring hope. Finally, we remember Malala Yousafzai, a voice for girls. She stood against oppression and won a Nobel Prize.